Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Today I'm going to talk about no honey, no money. I'm going to flip that no money, no honey upside down in this vlog, and it's for our benefit. Everybody knows that pay for play is a worldwide phenomenon. Wherever women and men are, there's going to be pay for play. But what you probably don't know is that sex is not the driving force behind pay for play. Money is. And before I get started on this vlog, I want to put this disclaimer out there that I'm not painting all women in this vlog, especially not all Filipino women. I'm talking about the men and women, the small percentage who have signed up for this arrangement. What you probably also didn't know is that pay for play is a game. It's not love. It's not a relationship. And with any game, it's usually the person who not only knows the rules, but understands the rules who ends up winning. We're going to talk about some of those rules today. But everything that you need to know about this subject, you probably can learn from going back and watching the live stream that I had recently with the young ladies from the True channel. Now, no matter what you think about these young ladies, no matter what you say about them, I want to tell you that they were open, they were honest, and they were telling the truth. And if you were listening, you wouldn't have to look at another video on relationships over here in the Philippines. But that's the problem. We weren't listening. We were only looking at the pretty faces and the things that men look at. But one of the young ladies was asked, can I live off of $1,000 per month over here? And everybody thought she was going to say yes. She said no. You're going to need $2,000. You're going to need $1,000 to live on, and then you're going to need another $1,000 for your girlfriend. And all people were shocked about that. They said, there's no way I'm going to give a woman $1,000 per month. But yes, you are. Indirectly, you're going to spend $1,000 every single month on the woman that you have over here. She's your greatest expense over here. But it bears witness to what I'm talking about today. Money drives this engine. It's not sex. So we're going to talk about some of the rules of no honey, no money. And that's rule number one. No honey, no money. If I can't get what I want, when I want, wherever I want, however I want it, then the game is over. I'm going to get another contestant. Because I know that honey's not in demand over here. Money's in demand over here. Every man and woman over here is trying to get more money. But not everybody over here is trying to get honey. This is the land of milk and honey. It's overflowing with honey. There's women giving away honey for free. There's men who are getting honey for free. It's not the case with money. Money's very hard to come by here. So that's rule number one. No honey, no money. Rule number two is don't play the game with anyone who doesn't know the rules. That's very important because That'd be like playing tennis with somebody. You return the ball to them, to their court, and they think it's okay to let the ball bounce 2, 3, or 4 times before they hit it back. Or you're playing basketball with somebody, and they think it's okay for them to pick up the ball and run to the other end of the court, get a ladder, climb up the ladder, and drop the ball in the basket. It's very important that you play the game with somebody who knows the rules, especially rule number 1. Honey's not in demand, money's in demand. That's rule number 2. Number 3 is, it's my way or the highway in the beginning. Because remember, this isn't love, this isn't relationship, it's a game. And because I've got the money and you don't, I'm going to make the rules. So it's my way or the highway in the beginning. That's rule number 3. Do as I say, not as I do. Now, we're not talking about taking advantage of anyone. We're not talking about mistreating anyone. We're talking about 2 consenting adults who have voluntarily signed up for the game of pay for play. All we want is equal play for equal pay. Because sometimes when we get over here, the Filipino doesn't want to play because we've made the mistake of rule number 4 is we pay first. And you can't do that. Don't ever pay first. That's rule number 4. You wait until you get over here where the playing field is about as level as it's going to be, and she can give you the honey first. We get in trouble because we're all the time playing catch up. We've sent her money for months and months and months. Well, you'll never catch up. She can't give you that much honey. Or we buy motorcycles, we buy houses, we buy land before we ever get the honey. No honey, no money. Remember that. People think I built that house for Maryland. I didn't build that house for Maryland. I built that house for those children. Because if I would have built that house for Maryland, there's no way I could have ever caught up. It's a mistake that we make because then she can stop anytime she wants. She don't have to play the game. Now she's making the rules. So that's rule number 4. Don't ever pay first. The honey comes first. Don't play catch up because she can never catch up. Rule number 5 is you can have as much honey as you want as long as you can afford it. You don't have to get all your honey from the same source. And the honey's actually cheaper when you get it from the source. Don't buy your honey off the shelf. Dating sites are the shelf. That's the grocery store. You can do it, but it's going to cost you more. It's cheaper when you go straight to the source, when you come over here. That way you can have more of it for less. But you can have as much honey as you can afford. As much honey as you can eat. There's no limit to the amount of honey you can have. That's rule number 5, because what happens is they want to limit you to your supply of honey. Well, the honey may be sweet over here. It might be fresher. So don't let anybody limit where you can get your honey from, or how much honey you can get, or how much money you can have. If you can afford it, you can have as much honey as you want. Get it from the source. Don't buy it off the shelf. Whenever a foreigner mentions sex in the Philippines in one sentence, we're scrutinized, we're criticized, we're ostracized, and we're chastised. As if we created the dynamic duo of pay for play. It's as if we don't talk about it, it's going to go away, or it doesn't exist. I just want to flip the script today of this no money, no honey. I want to flip it upside down, because once you realize that money is the driving force of this engine and it's not sex, your life's going to get a whole lot better over here. You'll be able to be on top. But see, some of us don't like to be on top. No pun intended. We like the status quo. We like things as they are. We don't want them to change. But I'm here to tell you that without the money, there is no market for the honey. And you can get yourself in trouble over here. You come over here, you spent all that money sending money, Western Union, Zoom, PayPal, all those other places, and then you've paid, but she don't want to play. So what happens? All we want is equal play for equal pay. That's all we want. And from this day forward, we're not going to accept anything less than that. We're not talking about mistreating anyone. We're not talking about taking advantage of anyone. We're talking about two consenting adults who have voluntarily signed up to play the game. Now let's look at those rules again. Rule number one, no honey, no money. Honey's not in demand over here. This is the land of milk and honey. This place is overflowing with honey. It's not the case with money. Money's very hard to come by here. It's in demand. Don't forget that. So if I can't have what I want, when I want, wherever I want, however I want, I'm going to get another contestant. Number two, I'm always going to play the game with somebody who knows the rules. Especially that first one, who understands that rule. Playing a game with somebody that doesn't know the rules is not fun. Number three is, it's my way or the highway. I got the money, you don't. I'm not going to mistreat anybody. Hello? I got my bike. I'm never going to take advantage of anybody. But I'm going to let the Filipina teach me like she's taught me for 13 years, see? She teaches us, she comes to us like this. I got the best honey in the world. You can't get this honey anywhere else. It's the best honey you ever had. She knows her worth. She knows her value. Well, you got to come back with that same thing with the money. But we don't do it. So number three is, it's my way or the highway in the beginning. It's not love. It's not a relationship. Number four is, don't pay first. Stop paying first. You'll never catch up. The honey comes first. The more you pay in advance, the more the tables turn and the rules are in her favor. And that's not what you want 8,000 miles away. You don't want the rules to be in her favor. You always want to be in control. This is a game. It's not love. It's not a relationship. People who win are the ones who not only know the rules, but understand the rules. Rule number 5 is you can have as much honey as you can afford. There's no limit to the amount of honey. This place is overflowing with honey. Don't let anybody limit you. Get your honey from the source. Don't buy it off the shelf. It's plentiful from the source. It's sweeter, it's fresher, and it's cheaper. So thank you so much for stopping by today. No honey, no money, guys. Let's flip this script the way it should be. Know your worth. Know your value. The value of your money. Right now, the dollar's strong over here. Honey is not in demand. So if you're in America, it's late. Before you let your head hit the pillow, please find somebody to help. If you don't want them late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, just getting off second shift, your lunch break, see somebody out in the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a few dollars. If you're in the Philippines, it's very early on a beautiful Saturday morning. This was part of Charter Day, these games. We didn't get a chance to bring the kids over here. I wish we had. That day goes by, I don't help somebody over here. We had our 1,000 peso pandemic giveaway drawing last night. I'm waiting for the 2 winners to contact me. If they don't contact me by 12 noon, we'll spin the wheel again. It's our way of giving back, trying to help struggling Filipinos over here during the pandemic. The lockdowns had a dramatic effect on people worldwide, especially over here, because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free. I'll see you next time. There's that new city hall that they're building. This thing's going to be gigantic. And you're talking about a little bitty place like San Carlos City, but they think big around here, and I like that. They got great city leadership. And of course, the people. The people is what makes this place special. Look how clean it is. Remember I showed you those ladies, they were cleaning up. And see, this is the field. I have to do this. I have to give you the 360. I showed you the trash after Charter Day. Now look at it. It looks as if there never was a Charter Day. This place is crystal clean. Take care, everybody.